Let's customize the header of the orchid template, which is this element right here that repeats in every page, right? We have two options for that. We can hover, and once we are logged in, we can hover over any page on the site, hover over Breakdance, and then click here in Open Main Header. I'm going to open that in a new tab just for ease, or we can go to the dashboard. Well, let's go to the dashboard, then select Breakdance and Headers, and you can just edit the main header, which is the only one we have. You can click edit in Breakdance and it will take you to the same place. So this is the Breakdance interface when it loaded the header, and as you can see, we can only view the header of the site. First thing is to open this structure panel, which is this little icon right here. This will help us visualize all of the elements that are in the well, header in this case. First thing we want to do is to change the logo. So I'm going to click this logo right here, and you can just click this media box where it says choose, and it will prompt the media library where you can upload new files for your logo, or you can select any of the media library files that are already there. I want to select this just because you can see the change and how it would look like. And well, once you change the logo, you can also change the size on the different settings, but specifically the size would be important. Like for example, in this case, it's 230 pixels wide, and you can make it, for example, 300. And depending on the resolution of your logo, this might come useful. You might have to increase or reduce the width size according to design. Next, you can also customize these icons right here. Right now, we have LinkedIn, Instagram, and the phone and the email. You can change both the kinds of icons. Like for example, if you're going to use any other social media, you can choose a different icon. Let's assume that we don't want LinkedIn and we're going to use Facebook. So we can just search in the icons right here for Facebook, and I'm going to just pick one that I like or that I think that fits. And then once that is changed, you can just change the link to Facebook in this case, um, just to make it work, right? And you can do that with all of the icons. And once, for example, we have the telephone icon here, the way to make the link is to have this TEL and then colon, and then add the telephone. Like for example, right, you would add the telephone, and this would create a link that is clickable both in phone and some computers. It's the same for the mail, right? Instead of a link with a URL, you just replace this hello.media and add your own email. Like, and it would that button would redirect to your email directly with applications in both phone and computer. Next, we have the menu right here. So you can see in the structure panel that we have a menu builder element with several items that are drop downs or links, right? So for example, this about us is a menu drop down, and it is an element that is clickable, has a link, like in this case, it links to the about us page, but it also displays this column. If we open it, we have the several links that it lists, right? And you can customize all of this, both the text or the link. In this case, it's linking to an anchor. Um, so I'm gonna show you how to do that once we jump into pages. Then we have menu links like this professional training, which is not a drop down, it's just a link, and you can just treat it as such. Like you can modify the text and the link right here. Now, let's assume that you want to change the structure of this menu in the sense that, for example, you want programs and services to become a link instead of a drop-down. Easiest way to do that is to duplicate a link that we have right next. Like, for example, I'm going to duplicate this professional training link, and now we have two copies. And then I would make these programs and services. I would just copy the text and paste it right here. And I would copy the link and paste it right here too. And then you can just come and delete this menu dropdown that we don't want by clicking this remove icon right here in the interface, or you can also click right here, or you can also click it right here in the sidebar in the structure panel, right? And once we do that, you have your new link that is not a dropdown anymore. And you can do that also for well, backwards. Like, for example, if you want a dropdown instead of a link, you would just duplicate the dropdown, or that would be the easiest way, right, to duplicate the dropdown. And then you can just customize whatever you need in the content of the dropdown. You can also create new ones. If you select here the menu builder, you can create new elements, like in a menu link, for example, a new menu link that is gonna be sent right to the bottom. You can just yeah, modify it, but then you have to stylize it. That's why it's preferable to just duplicate what is already there, right? Also, these are menu buttons. These are call to actions that are well, that are displayed that way. Like, for example, they have their little their way of displaying when we are in mobile specifically, right? They display as little buttons, and they behave precisely like buttons. Like, they have a link and a text, and you can just customize that. You can also duplicate them to have more, and well, they are precisely buttons. So if you come to the these are the um, stylization settings, the customization, the appearance settings of the element, and then you can click the what kind of a button it is, and it is a custom button, and then you can customize specifically element by element the colors, for example, of whatever. You can here change the color of the background, and then you can change the color of the text, right, as if you would do with any button. And now we have different resolutions that are we can visualize here in Breakdance if we click this little button at the top. And if we change it to tablet portrait, we can see that the menu changes a little bit, and we have different styles for the menu builder depending if the menu is desktop or mobile. So if we click the menu builder right here, we can see that we have a desktop menu, which we have styles for the desktop menu, and we have styles for the mobile menu. So it's like two separate instances of the same information. So we have different customization that are everything is personalizable, right? So you can just dive into this and get it to your liking. But you're mostly probably gonna be modifying the colors, like to adapt it to the color of your branding, right? And that's just easy to do once you understand the panel, well, the configurations for the menu, right? So there you have it. This is how to edit the header builder for your orchid template in Breakdance.